All right, what is going on, you guys? It is your boy, King Voss. This is not a reaction, so I'm not back with another reaction. I'm so used to saying I'm back with another reaction. This is actually a different type of video. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't know how much space I got on my phone. But I've been seeing a trend lately that I'm not really a fan of. A lot of fan bases, I would say like Taylor Swift, even Chris Brown. I'm Team Breezy, by the way. It's a lot of fan bases that has been like really toxic lately, comparing a certain artist to Michael Jackson. And it baffles me, like the criteria and the material that they like to use in their arguments. Like, it all started when I seen Stephen A. Smith and Tank saying that Chris Brown was a better dancer, a better singer, a better songwriter. And it just baffled me because it's like, I get it why a kid would say Chris Brown. Because I said it before. Even on this channel, I've said it before. Without doing my work, without doing my homework, my research, deep diving. I get why a teenager or a younger adult would say Chris Brown is a better dancer than Michael Jackson. You know, I used to say it all the time. But what I don't understand is, like, you got really people thinking that without doing their research or without listening to any Michael Jackson, without covering any of his eras, or blindly just saying, like, no, Chris Brown is a better singer, songwriter, dancer than Michael Jackson. Or not even Chris Brown, Taylor Swift is better than Michael Jackson. Let me put this in perspective. And I have to be humble with this too. I'm a big Michael Jackson fan, by the way, now. In my opinion, in order to be considered to be better or close to Michael Jackson, you have to have a body of work that mirrors his. There is no artist, current, from Michael's era, whatever era, that has an album, besides being Elvis Presley or the Beatles or a group called the Eagles, whatever the fuck that is. Who cares about the Beatles? Fuck Elvis, you know, whatever. Fuck the Eagles. But no, seriously, like, no artists have a body of work in their category, or in their catalog, excuse me, that's equal to Thriller. Taylor Swift does not have a Thriller. And what I mean by that is, you can compare like their best-selling album to Thriller, but there is no artist in this generation that has an album that can sell like Thriller. Thriller is the best-selling album of all time. That's in every music category. That means in rap, rock, hip-hop, you know, metal, punk rock, blues, classical music. Thriller is the greatest selling album of all time. I love Chris Brown to death, but Michael Jackson's worst selling album, which I think, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, Michael Jackson's worst selling album is better than, I think, Chris Brown's best selling album. Michael Jackson's worst selling album competes with Taylor Swift's best selling shit. Same goes for Bruno Mars. Same goes for The Weeknd. And that's not putting him down. Being second to Michael is a compliment for me. But when people say like, oh, you're better because you broke a Grammy record of Michael, you broke an attendance record. Michael Jackson was breaking records without the fucking internet. Michael Jackson was breaking records when people were still going to Radio Shack and buying fucking CDs. When people were still going to mom and pop stores buying CDs. Michael Jackson was having people fucking lined out in tents. You know, Michael Mania was real. Taylor Swift, you know, people stream music now, but it's easy to stream music. You know what I mean? It's easy to sit at home and make an Apple Music or a Spotify account. I mean, that's still great, but it's like, Michael Jackson, if he was an active artist in this generation, he would thrive, and he already thrived in the past. I was even saying this, putting this into perspective, like when the short film Black or White premiered on MTV, that music video premiered with 500 million views. That is equivalent to a music video dropping on YouTube, and it went, like, within a second, it has 1 million views. Nobody on this planet has that power. No, not even artists. Nobody on this planet has the power of Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is second to Jesus Christ. Michael Jackson is the second most popular name. For all my life, I thought Michael Jackson was just one fucking name. Oh, Michael Jackson got a last name? Oh yeah, last name is Jackson. That's how famous Michael Jackson is. You can't compare nobody to him. You can't. I mean, like, you can casually like, oh, he's a better dancer than Michael, but when you really become hardcore, like I'm a hardcore R&B guy. I love me some R&B. I love me some Michael Jackson. I love me some Chris Brown. I love me some Bruno Mars. I love me some I love The Weeknd. Those are my go-tos. Justin Bieber. I love Justin Timberlake. I love Post Malone. Those are my Charlie Puth. Those are my go-tos. So I'm not hating on anybody. I like all those artists. My favorite two will always be Michael, Chris Brown. If I want to throw a third in there, Bruno Mars, you know? But I don't sit here anymore and I don't say things like they're better. They're better than Michael Jackson. Because if it wasn't for Michael Jackson, there would be no Bruno Mars. There would be no Chris Brown. There would be no Weeknd. You know? These guys are flattered by Michael's work. Michael studied from the greats and took their shit and just elevated it. And nobody could catch Michael ever. You know? So I get it. People are going to make comparisons and stuff to Michael. But like I said, no artist meets the criteria to be compared to Michael. You know, you can sell out arenas, sell out stadiums, but when you look at the music, strictly music, nobody's going to touch Thriller. Ever. Ever. And nobody's going to touch Thriller ever. It's just not going to happen. So when people say, what's this artist's Thriller? They don't have a Thriller. Realistically, when you look at the numbers, you can't beat Thriller. Michael Jackson couldn't beat himself. Michael Jackson was cursed with his own success, essentially, because it was a commercial success, but it wasn't Thriller. Dangerous was the closest to passing Thriller. I think Dangerous was Michael's second best-selling album. And I think Dangerous is one of his best-selling tours, if not Dangerous or History. I think History was his best-selling tour, I believe. Didn't touch Thriller. History was nowhere near better than Thriller. In terms of the sales. The sounds, we can, art is subjective. Music is art, so we can sit there and debate it. I think Michael's greatest album is Dangerous. I don't even think Thriller is his best album. I think Dangerous is, but that's subjective. It's art. I can say that. That's my opinion, right? But yeah, I'm just tired of the trend. Tank went on with Stephen A. Smith, and Tank was just basically saying, Chris Brown was a better singer and songwriter, and Michael didn't write all his. Michael wrote all of his hits, to my knowledge. I remember I'd never seen a Moonwalker saying Michael didn't write it. Michael wrote all his fucking music. Michael was a musical fucking genius. Michael wrote all his music. So to sit here and say that Michael is not a good songwriter or Chris Brown was a better songwriter than Michael, no. I could see people talk about the dancing ability. Chris Brown is a great dancer. To me, Chris Brown is the best male dancer, R&B dancer of this generation. But he ain't Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson will always be number one. We're never going to replace Michael Jackson, so we need to stop acting like we fucking can. There is no artist that can do what Michael does. But I do love, like I said, I love Chris Brown. I love Bruno Mars. I love The Weeknd. Chris Brown we can say is the closest. I would say dance-wise, and let me be specific when I say that, because a lot of people don't clarify this. When I say Chris Brown is the closest thing to Michael Jackson, I mean dancing. I don't mean he's a better dancer. I don't even mean he's on the same level. I mean he's the closest that we will ever see in our lifetime to a Michael Jackson. Not in terms of his popularity, not in terms of his album sales, not in terms of his music. Just his dancing ability. But other people, they take that and they skyrocket that. Oh no, he passed no. I know I've said that on the channel multiple times, but I don't believe it anymore. I've done too much research on Michael Jackson. I've studied all his eras. I know just about everything about Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was the fucking man. Michael Jackson is everybody's favorite artist. I mean, you don't even have to be an R&B singer. Michael Jackson inspired punk rock artists, heavy metalists. Come on now. I thought I'd just address that here. What do you guys think in the comment section? Do you think Chris Brown is a better singer-songwriter than Michael Jackson? Do you think Bruno Mars is? Do you think The Weeknd is? Personally, I don't think it's bad being second or third to Michael Jackson. I don't. I always say Michael Jackson is number one. Chris Brown is number two. Bruno Mars is number three. The Weeknd is number 4 in my book, and number 5, Justin Timberlake. 6, maybe Bieber. That's my top 5/top 6. But ain't nobody better than Michael Jackson. It's your boy King Voss, and I just had to say that because I'm tired of seeing it. So I want to talk about it with you guys. I know I haven't had a video like this with you guys in a long time, but it's your boy King Voss, and I'm out of here, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving. I hope you guys enjoyed Christmas. I'm looking forward to Christmas. I don't know when my next video will be. I'm not going to just flood music on the channel anymore. I'm going to put out reactions when there's something to react to. I'm not going to force it. I want everything this year to come naturally. So if you guys don't see me in 6 months, because nothing's out. If you guys don't see me in 7 months, because nobody asked me to react to anything, you know. I'm going to take my time and enjoy being a father, because I'm a father now, and I'm going to enjoy just living life. It's your boy King Voss. Remember to comment down below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace.